Good morning, comic book fans. I've actually got stuff has arrived. There's been a bit of a thing today where we only got like a few of our boxes, and the way things were packed, 5 boxes only had 1/3 of our stock in, and the rest of it's arrived in the later 2 boxes that have just arrived like now. Well, not now, they arrived about half an hour ago, but I've managed to very quickly get them sorted out. So it might be a little bit quicker than usual, because usually on a Tuesday, I can just get this stuff done and I'm like ready by lunchtime to start sending out invoices. In case you can't tell by the time, we're almost at lunchtime right now, and I'm not going to get invoices done by then. So if you get stuff posted out, please bear with me. You will still get stuff tomorrow, but it might be like a little bit later in the day when I post it than usual. So after that, it goes down to the post office. And unfortunately, there's very little we can do about them. Right, so what do we have in today? Well, what was supposed to arrive last week, Marvel Legends War Machine. I do like the Marvel Legends, and the special edition ones are even nicer, where you get all the cool extra bits and pieces. So very happy to have that in. This, we've already had one person claim one of them, so this is the only spare one we've got. The Funko Soda Pennywise, and I actually do quite a few of these, but I quite like the idea of them, but not enough to like go crazy. They're a limited edition, only 20,000 of them. You can see $12.99 each, and there is also a chance for a chase. Now, usually when you get the Funko ones, the chase is just like really obvious because it's a clear plastic box. But these can't see inside. You have to actually buy them and figure out how to actually open them. I've not actually figured that out yet because they're sealed. I imagine it's going to twist and open thing. But when you do, you might get a rare one. Who knows? Next, we have Rainbow Dash. I really don't like the packaging. It's very hard to see what's actually going on inside them. But it's Kota that they do quite often with these kind of characters, but they do the My Little Pony ones. This one has been reserved, but we can get this kind of thing in if anyone wants it. But now that lives up there, ready and waiting for Mr. Gentleman, who's got the rest of his stuff here, to come and collect them. A few other bits of books come in. Got the new Overlord, Volume 5. Don't read it, no idea. Shuri, a couple of people have already said they're interested in this one. This one has already been claimed. If you want it, get in contact. We've got more coming in next week. Star Wars Darth Vader trade. The first collection of the Lois Lane, which I really, really enjoyed. Definitely worth checking that one out. I think it's only like 25 quid for the entire tour issue run as well, so really good value. Excalibur, which has been claimed, but we've got more coming in. And Fantastic Four Empire, I think that one is. Yes, just Slot carrying on doing his Fantastic Four run, which, to be honest, people seem to be enjoying. It's not something I've really got into, I hate to say. Maybe it's just all the whole Dan Slott thing with him doing so much Spider-Man. I got a little bit like, okay, Dan, whatever. But we do have a whole bunch of comic books. Got a few little different things going on this week, so I'll do my best to explain it as I'm going along. But we'll do the regular ones first. Action Comics and the variant for me. Angel and Spike. Really do want to get back into the Buffy stuff. It was a shame that there was never enough in all the time for me to be able to crack on with it. There's an extra Bad Mother. We have one short last week that's turned up, and that is very good. In fact, there's quite a few little bits and pieces in here you'll see which were supposed to be in last week but never turned up. Let's not do 2 things at the same time. Batman, the Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn, regular and variant. I do go for the variants myself, and I think I might have one spare. I'll have to double check. Batman Superman. Really, just there's been some really good Batman Superman comic books, but getting an ongoing doesn't really appeal to me. Blade Runner, which was again from last week, so we'll just adjust these slightly. Stuff's falling over, and I want to make it easy to grab things. There we go. Finally, Bleed and Dry issue 1. One of our regulars asked if we ever got this one, he could have them, and it's like, yeah, we've got not only the 1, 2, and we've got issue 2 and 3 up there as well. Don't know why there was such a delay on that one. Colonel Weird Cosmogog, issue 2, which is another one of the Black Hammer ones for the dude who gets all the Black Hammer. Another one missing from last week, but finally arrived. Commanders in Crisis number 2. Getting a bit worried about that, actually, because, well, not worried, but it's been getting absolutely cracking reviews, and I've only been ordering it for one person, and the idea that if we miss it, it might not turn up. But thankfully, UK warehouse had enough. Conan the Barbarian. Jim Zub, who actually does a lot of fantasy writing and does the D&D and things like that. But honestly, at the moment, if I'm going to read something about Conan, I'll read the Sumerian stuff. It's actually a bit more fun for me. Concrete Jungle. I did kind of enjoy issue 1, but I'll wait and see how that one goes. Daredevil, which is one of my ongoings, and I'm really looking forward to it. Fairly sure, based on what I've been seeing in some advanced solicits, that it's not going to go well for DD. D&D Infernal Tides, which was, I think, a back order that's finally turned up. So if you've ordered that one, it's here for you. Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Multiverse Who Laughs. Just because, you want a nice short pithy name for your comic book, don't you? And we have plenty of that in for anyone who's ordered it. Next up, we have Department of Truth. They haven't sent us a cover B for this one, unfortunately. There's not only me, but one of the customers specifically ordered the cover B. I should have enough cover A's, but I will give it a few weeks to see if we get a B for you. But cover A still looks pretty cool. And yeah, very, very happy with this so far. Issue 2 was better than issue 1. If you haven't been picking up, you really should do, but try and get an issue 1 from us, no chance. Detective Comics, regular with what looks like another Bermejo variant. He's doing a lot of them. That was actually not one of my favourite ones. Feels like it's actually a little bit pedestrian for how good he actually can do covers. Star Wars Dr. Aphra. I think with the change of creator, that interest has dropped off on that one a little bit, but people are still picking it up. Doctor Doom, which I think is not going to be running for much longer, by Cantwell. Dune House Atreides, much better cover. Really, really liking that one. That's issue 2. Those are already spoken for. We do still have a couple of copies of issue 1, but if you want number 2 now, you have to get on back order. Engine Ward 3 and 4 back orders finally arrived. Right, on to some of the Ten of Swords stuff now. There's a few bits of that coming in this week, so prepare yourself. But first off, we have Excalibur. It's actually been one of our regulars who's thoroughly been enjoying the Ten of Swords stuff, and they've asked for all the rest of the X-Men to gather their list afterwards. So there's also some good creators on there. Fantastic Four Antithesis, just a couple of copies out for people who ordered it. Same with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. No spares of that one. Flash, we actually have had somebody cancel their Flash order, so at the moment I've got this one plus the last 2 weeks, last 2 issues, should I say. So if you're wanting to jump on with the Flash at any point, we have some spares right now. I'm not entirely sure like if we're in the middle of an arc or anything like that. It's not what I read, but you know, could be worth a shot. Game of Thrones, for the dude who guesses Game of Thrones stuff. This one is technically under H. I'm going to apologise. It's when I was on the Asteroid. I misheard them, so I just put the history of the DC universe. It's about the other history of the DC universe. Actually, that is the variant cover. That's for me, because as always, I usually go for the variants from DC. But the regular is still pretty damn cool. The only bad thing is, it's one of the DC Black Label stupidly big comic books. Now, don't mind that they do this. Most of the time, doesn't bother me at all. But they're so big, they don't go in our comic book boxes when we're organising them for customers. So if you're down for this one and we're invoicing you and you don't see it, be like, hey, shorty, add that to my delivery. I have ordered it. Where is it? I do apologise. We do our best, but these things are just, they're too big. And checking every single person against it as I do it when I'm putting their invoice together is just time consuming. So I apologise. Next, I Make Boys Cry. First of our absolute ones this week. We don't usually get a lot of these, but one of our semi-regulars has been asking for them. He has gone for the shiny variant there as well. But that's the regular. We've got a couple of copies of that spare. This is a frustrating one because we've been only allocated 2 of the several we've ordered, which means I'm not going to get my copy this week. I Walk with Monsters. It looks really, really good. Don't worry if you've actually got your name on the list, because it's literally me and 2 other people. You'll get yours. It's fine. Mine will arrive at some point, I hope. Frustrating because I was really looking forward to that one. Justice League Dark, which I honestly thought finished. Last God, book 1 of the Felspire Chronicles, chapter 10. Only a couple more of that left. I'm going to go and read it. Really did enjoy it when it started, but it's so big and so epic. It's not fun to do it episodically. It's quite not fun, in fact. Legion of Superheroes, which would be weird because I think his it's inspired Bendis, and I think his Superman actress does ending soon. We still seem to be doing that. Marvel. Imaginary Tales from Across the Marvel Universe by Alex Ross, Steve Donnell, Kurt Busiek, Dan Brereton, Eric Powell, and Paulo Rivera. Issue 2 of this. I'd actually again, forgotten that this was a thing. Had to remind myself what it was when it arrived. Maestro and Monstrous. I think this is a little 2-issue mini-series for the people down for Monstrous. No spares in this one because it is a spin-off rather than like anything else. I'm just going to stick this to one side. I'll be back in a second. And I'm back. Nailbiter Returns. He's also back, I suppose. Necromorphous. I think I might have a spare of this one. I think I only got one person on the list, but somebody else did buy a spare issue 1 of me. So if you're one of the people who bought issue 1 and you want to check out issue 2, give it a shot. I'm kind of annoyed that I never got to read it because I flicked through and I'm really still loving the black and white shaded artwork in here. It's absolutely beautiful. Plot, one of my favourite ongoing horrors at the moment. Brand new one from Marvel, not brand new, just another relaunch power pack, part of the Outlawed series. I'm only getting. Well, actually, no, I changed my mind. I was only getting Miles Morales. I've added Champions onto my list as well because I quite enjoyed issue 1 enough to give issue 2 a try. Rat Queens, only one person down for that one at the moment. It's a shame. It used to be brilliant. I think the problems with all the creators he's coming in now, it's kind of killed interest in it, which is a damn shame. Recount. A couple of these have been spoken for. We do have some spares, but getting quickly with this one. Not kidding. With everything that's been going on in the world at the moment, these are quite sought after. Once they're gone, they're gone. I have no guarantee of getting anything else in for them. Red Hood. This is one that's supposed to be here last week. Sandman, The Waking Hours. Sorry, The Dreaming, The Waking Hours. This is possibly the thing I've been looking forward to more than anything else this week. The last issue of Simon Spurrier's Hellblazer, and it's a crying shame that's going to end. It's a nice big supersized one. It's quite a chunky little stack there, but that is it, unless some miracle happens. Scumbag issue 2. I'm not sure if we even sold a copy of our issue 1 of this one. It was kind of cool. I like the fact they're changing up the artists on it, but the style seems to maintain. But honestly, it's hard to have like a thoroughly redeemable character as your main protagonist. Sorry. Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys miniseries. Spawn ongoing 312. That feels like a very old school cover to me. Just so very, very 90s. Amazing Spider-Man 53 Point Last Rites. I think this one is heading towards its conclusion hopefully soon because it's been going on forever at the moment. Stranger Things Science Camp issue 3. Nice, cool 80s slasher movie cover there, without actually just being a slasher movie cover, just that kind of feel to it. Final issue of the Suicide Squad. Dun, dun, dun. Do like that cover. That reminds me a lot of old like authority style kind of things. Don't know why, but it just jumps out at me. Simply the No Devils number 2. I actually quite got a lot out of number 1, so I'm going to give that one a read and see how it carries on. Tartarus. Unfortunately, this is just for the one dude who ordered it. Unkindness of Ravens. I think I've got some spare. I think we've got the regular cover and variant, but they've sent us more than one copy of the regular. So I think one of those is spare. Vampirella 15 with a few variants for the folks who get those. Werewolf by Night. Now, I actually quite enjoyed issue 1 of this one, but it did go very 90s at the end in not a cool way. So I might check out issue 2 and see how it goes. And as I mentioned, Absolute stuff earlier, we have White Widow, regular and shiny. Again, these ones have been spoken for, but they're kind of stuff that we can get if people have an interest in them. Sorry, I'm going to shift those. I'm not going to catch anything. Witcher. Didn't really enjoy the last Witcher series, but that cover, I don't know what they say about judging books and everything, but that cover does make me think, yeah, that could be good. Now you may notice on the bottom there that's got a little local comic shop day logo there. As far as I know, this is just a regular cover, but keep an eye out. We've got some local comic shop stuff coming later on. Just your Wonder Woman ongoing. Back to your Ten of Swords now. Let me grab a handful here. This is part 20, so 21 would be an Excalibur, I think, but that's just X-Men. And part 22, nice big handful here of Ten of Swords Destruction. We also have a stack each of 3 comic books. Well, not like comic books, really, they're more catalogues. Sketchbook, in fact, and Future State from DC. Basically, absolutely fine to give these away. If you are getting something from us posted out anyway and you want one of these, let me know. We'll stick them in for you. Not going to send them out on their own, because although we'd expect you to pay the postage for it, which would be like over £1 anyway to get a free comic book, it's also, we already actually pay a little bit for these, paying for an extra envelope and printing costs and all that anyway. I honestly, I love you guys, but it's not really worth it for us. But other things we have, as I mentioned, the local comic store day thing. We have not done like a big heavy thing we did last year of getting loads of them in, simply because people aren't coming into our store at the moment for obvious reasons. But we've got a few of them. There's actually a couple which due next week as well. I think like the one of the Marvel ones that some people have specifically asked for is on our list for next week. But we have Spawn, and you see all those names there. That's like all the stores that support local comic store day, including, I don't know if you'll be able to see the focus there, but yeah, that's us on the back. So yeah, These are just available when people ask for them. I'll have to check the prices because they're not the same as regular ones. And sorry, just reading the cover of that one. Ice Cream Man issue 20, which was quite a big, famous issue, was number 20 because it was all the children's stories in there as well. It went to like 4 or 5 printings, and now they've done a local comic store exclusive as well. So that's a very, very cool one. And finally, the other history of the DC universe, which is just kind of like a nice inverted look at the colouring on that one, which is very, very cool. Now, if you've ordered the regular ones, you'll only get the regular ones. If you want to get the local comic stores, you get those as well. Because again, it just ends up with us being stuck with a bunch of regular ones instead of the variants. Because the variants are the ones that we have a better chance of selling down the line, rather than just to regular people who've got a standing order. That is it for now, though. I'm now going to rapidly try and get these sorted out. Again, though, if you do not get your invoice, I do apologise. I'm probably going to be carrying on doing this in the morning. But they will still get posted. They get posted before noon, which means they'll still get sorted out at the same time as they usually would. Just be a bit patient with it. That's all I'm asking. That's it for me today, though. I might, depending on how I feel after I've got all this done, I might stick a review up. I'm probably thinking Recount, because that's one of the ones that I've been kind of paying attention to. It looks very, very cool. Being into politics and all that's definitely grabbed my attention. There's not like a huge amount of other stuff, but I'd say the DC universe is almost certainly going to get reviewed at some point this week too. Right, that's it for me. I'll be back later on at some point in the future. Take it easy.